The world knows Park Jimin as a global superstar, an artist whose name echoes across stadiums, charts, and generations. But behind the spotlight, behind the flawless performances and carefully curated images, there is a family that feels every triumph and every tremor just as deeply as he does. On a quiet day that would soon ripple across fan communities worldwide, a piece of shocking news reached Jimin's family. When it did, it was his mother who reacted first, overwhelmed, emotional, and unable to hold back her tears. Those closest to the family described the moment as raw and deeply human. There were no cameras, no stage lights, no applause, only a mother confronted with news that shook her to the core. Her cry was not one of weakness, but of love, fear, relief, and pride colliding all at once. A mother behind the icon. Long before Park Jimin became Jimin to millions, he was simply a son. Raised with strong values, discipline, and warmth, Jimin's upbringing has often been credited by those around him as the foundation of his humility and emotional depth. His mother, known for her quiet strength and unwavering support, has always stood slightly behind the scenes, never seeking attention, never claiming credit. Yet her influence is undeniable. Friends of the family have long said that Jimin inherited his empathy, gentleness, and resilience from her. She was the one who encouraged his passion for dance when it was still just a dream, the one who worried silently when he trained late into the night, and the one who prayed endlessly when he left home to chase an uncertain future. So when shocking news reached her ears that day, it was not just news about a celebrity, it was about her child. The shocking news that changed everything. Details of the news spread rapidly, amplified by speculation and concern. While official statements were measured and calm, the emotional weight of the information was immense. It touched on the pressures Jimin had endured, the sacrifices he had made, and the silent battles he had fought away from the public eye. For a mother, hearing such news is never simple. Even when the outcome is ultimately positive, the realization of what a child has carried alone can be devastating. According to those present, Jimin's mother initially struggled to process what she was hearing. Her hands trembled, her voice broke, and then the tears came, loud, uncontrollable, and full of years' worth of restrained worry. It was not just shock, it was the release of emotion she had held back for so long. Tears of fear and of pride. Witnesses say her crying carried many meanings at once. There was fear of what could have happened, fear of how close things may have come to going wrong. There was sadness, knowing that even success does not shield a child from pain. But there was also pride, overwhelming pride in the strength Jimin had shown, in the way he had continued to stand tall for his fans, his members, and his art. Parents often sense when something is wrong, even from far away. Jimin's mother had reportedly worried quietly for years, aware that fame brings not only glory but also immense pressure. Hearing confirmation of those struggles was both heartbreaking and validating. Her tears, those close to her say, were the tears of a mother who wished she could have carried the burden for him. Jimin's response: calm, gentle, reassuring. When Jimin learned about his mother's reaction, his response was characteristically gentle. Rather than focusing on himself, he was concerned about her well-being. Sources describe him speaking softly, reassuring her, reminding her that he was safe, that he was supported, and that he had not walked the path alone. This moment revealed something fans have always sensed. Behind Jimin's elegance and power on stage lies a deeply caring son. He has often spoken about how his family gives him strength, and in this moment, that bond became even more evident. The shocking news, rather than driving a wedge, drew them closer together. Fans react, a wave of empathy across the world. As fragments of the story reached the public, fans responded not with frenzy, but with empathy. Social media filled with messages not only for Jimin, but for his mother. Many fans spoke about their own parents, about the unseen sacrifices families make when supporting someone in the public eye. Messages of gratitude poured in, thanking Jimin's mother for raising an artist who brings comfort to so many. Others expressed hope that she would feel the love of millions who see Jimin not just as an idol, but as a human being deserving of care and protection. In a rare shift from typical celebrity discourse, the conversation became quieter, more respectful, focused on healing rather than headlines. The hidden cost of stardom. This incident reignited discussions about the emotional toll of global fame. While Jimin's success is undeniable, moments like these remind the world that even the brightest stars carry heavy shadows. For families, watching from the sidelines can be even harder. Helplessness mixed with pride, distance mixed with constant concern. Industry insiders note that parents of global artists often live with a unique kind of anxiety. They celebrate achievements while worrying about exhaustion, criticism, and isolation. Jimin's mother's reaction became a symbol of that universal parental fear. A turning point, not a tragedy. Her tears spoke for countless parents who support their children's dreams while silently fearing the price those dreams demand. Importantly, the story did not end in despair. The shocking news, while emotional, ultimately marked a turning point. It led to conversations, reassurances, and renewed commitments to well-being and balance. Those close to Jimin emphasized that he is surrounded by support, family, members, professionals, and fans who genuinely care. For his mother, the tears were not the end of the story, but the beginning of a release. After crying, she reportedly smiled through tears, expressing relief and gratitude that her son was safe and stronger than ever. Sometimes, crying is not a sign of collapse, but of survival. The strength of a mother's love. In the end, what moved people most was not the shocking news itself, but the image of a mother reacting with pure, unfiltered emotion. In a world saturated with spectacle, that moment felt real. It cut through the noise and reminded everyone that behind every icon is a family that loves fiercely and worries deeply. Jimin's mother cried loudly because she loves loudly, and in that love lies the quiet force that helped shape one of the most influential artists of a generation. As Jimin continues his journey, one thing remains certain. No matter how far his voice reaches, there will always be one person listening the closest. Not as a fan, not as an audience, but as a mother whose heart beats in rhythm with her son's life. And that bond, unshaken even by shocking news, remains stronger than anything fame can offer.